Sorry, gentlemen. Good morning again. This is third sequence in same sequence. The third video today. Unfortunately, good morning, everybody. Namaskar. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India. On this day, October 12, 2021. I started around 3, or you can say 2:45, and now it is 4:15 a.m. Second, and now this is my third video in same sequence. I am really unhappy. Disappointment comes to me because of this requirement. We are talking of engineering, we are talking of certain powers, we are talking of something very significant. But you again 00 it is. I don't know. Airtel, I don't know what they are sleeping or what happens to them. They talk a lot. They don't care for signals. My problem is signals. I am getting now only 67 kbps, 45 now. It says civil field engineering, life engineers, quality and AnnexSL, safety, health, environment, designs, construction, methods, contracts, organizations, communication, coordination, why we behind quality of standard materials, and likewise, subject is that one. Let us say another 32 minutes. What happens? I don't know. How long shall it go? The construction issues. I was talking of resources, competence, awareness, communication, documented information. And now the point for considerations are material, equipment, and human resources. The point of considerations are material, equipment, and human resources. Then we can say capacity, potential of organizations and individual, qualification of personnel, and awareness among all pertinent systems and its functioning, written job description, work procedures, safety procedures, quality control procedures, administration methods, etc. Documented information is different than documentation, and whatever information about management and procedures or process in whatever form, such as written text, I keep them on top for personal discussion first, and then we can say how it works very well or works reasonable well. It's class 7, and I just squeeze a little if it's possible because you should see full screen, and that's my now. It's really sometimes pleasing and sometimes unpleasing. Yesterday signals were fine, so I could work even more than 3 hours, and today again it's unfine, and it's very disappointing situation. But at least for half an hour I could transmit my talk. What to do? So now I'm talking of material, equipment, and whatever you can say, resources, material, equipment, and human resources. Then let's talk capacity, potential of organization and individual. The point of view is material. After all, material. What is material? Do you think that? In organizations, in construction, in manufacturing, in some industry, or elsewhere, what is material? Did you try to think sometime, being an engineer or being a common person? If you're not an engineer, even then you have to deal with that. Material. Of course, you can say it is required, without this we cannot do anything. That's right. Material itself is a product. We know. There is nothing wrong with that. Material itself is a product. It can be natural material, it can be produced material, manufactured material. Both ways we have. If it is natural material, it can be, for example, you can say iron ore. What Sunlight is also material, though it cannot be stored, but it is used. There is every material available. Soil is a material, air is a material. These are of course beyond our controls, but we use them. We are forced to use them. One cannot say, I don't use air. He has to use. Bad or good, you have to use. And there are some material we are produced, we are manufacturing. We manufacture material, manufacture product. One is called permanent. This is in construction, not everywhere. Temporary one that we have to use and withdraw. Preparatory work also, we have to prepare for some work and then we have to take it out. Maybe it is used later on or not used. It depends upon what material it is. It may have certain repetitions, then it is equal to scrap or salvage. May not be salvage but scrap. And likewise permanent, that means support of temporary and support of preparatory activities leads to production of permanent materials that may stand for years to come, for decades to come, for centuries to come. And that is, you can say, focus. That is focus of engineering. Engineering has many materials, it delivers many materials ranging from use of months or use of years up to use of decades and use of centuries. And we can classify like that. Immediately we have to help it or we have to support it. Temporarily, when its work is over, we withdraw it from there. Similarly, when work of preparatory material is over, we withdraw it from there. And also permanent work cannot be withdrawn. It can be removed only but cannot be withdrawn because it has long life. All will go from there. Others would come, stay, use that material. They will also go. Means in construction, length of its use of final product or permanent product is considerable. We have to work hard. We have to work with dedication to get that. All these activities that we perform are done for permanent work. These are not done for normal activities. When we work for years on some project, that is for permanent work. Every activity we do based on temporary work and based on preparatory work, that is permanent activity. Examples I have explained many times, I can explain again. We can say, for example, we provide ladder, we provide scaffolding, generally people call it scala, or we provide some access to site or access to different levels of site or different parts of site so that we can comfortably go in and come out. Or we can say we can ingress and egress. Ingress means go to and egress means come out. All these are, you can say, arrangements for circulation, safe circulation on site. On site by whatever means. General. To reach to preparatory act, these are used. And then we can say we have to work on some items. There are hundreds of items on every building, on every project. We have to work on those items. Whatever works are involved, whatever activities are involved in those items, those are classified as permanent activities, permanent works. Example can be structural steel we provide, that is permanent work. RCC we provide, that is permanent work. Pre-test we provide, that is permanent work. Work that shall stay there for years to come, for years 30, 40, 50, 100. Walls, flooring, though these are finishing items, yet these stay for long. So structural elements, non-structural elements, finishes, rendering, plastering, roofing, these stay for long duration and these are paid for. We can call them permanent works. Let us take example, as I said, scaffolding, ladder access or temporary works. Form work or shuttering, how to do it, what way to do it, it's preparatory work. You can say how to work out on how to fabricate steel reinforcement. Fabrication part is preparatory work, but fixing part is, placing part is permanent work, because it shall be embedded in concrete. So we have to have, just for sake of understanding, sake of clarity, virtually we divide into 3 stages. And then we have to withdraw that also. You can say we have to withdraw shuttering from concrete when this is over. It's hard enough, we can take it out. And also we can take care of temporary provisions. So these preparatory activities can be withdrawn and these temporary activities can also be withdrawn. But permanent activities cannot be withdrawn. Had it been withdrawn, then there would be nothing left on site. So permanent means for which we work. We can withdraw every product from site, but we cannot withdraw permanent items. So that's what it says, role of material, role of equipment and role of human resources are directly linked with these activities. Material cannot be defined just raw material or just natural material. It has to be understood in this term, in this consideration, that it has to stay there for how long, what is its role, what is its purpose, what is metal contribution, can we take it out or we have to leave it there. These are basic fundamental points we have to understand before we jump on to understanding everything. So we have to have complete clear answer with us, concept with us. And that is what definition of engineering is. To material, equipment part. Equipment is also like material. Of course it is machine, big heavy machine. It can be electronic based machine. It can be some other machine or equipment that is direct support for work. It's of course, it's temporary mobilized. It's not permanent one. It has to be withdrawn from site whatever time when its role is over. It can be reinducted when it's required, because equipment and heavy machines are very expensive. If these are not required, we cannot pay higher charges or we cannot remain this idle. And equipment doesn't mean machine only. Equipment means tools. Equipment means whatever else is required for doing some work, for doing temporary work, for doing preparatory work, or for doing whatever else. Permanent work, some tools are required. Every trade has different tools. Every trade, carpenter, mason, steel fixer, welder, or whatever else, plumber, everyone has some input on job, has some input, and that's where we can say equipment is also very essential for project. Good equipment, useful equipment, reliable equipment that can add to efficiency of work person, of artisan. Those equipment, those tools are very significant. Of course, human resources. Human resources is top requirement in every organization. It doesn't matter one is not very well educated. What matters is how one can work successfully. How can work successfully? How much one has got learning through works in life. So you can say material, equipment and resources are primary requirements. These are primary requirements. Human resource is top requirement to me. Again and again I stress, because identification and collection, or you can say agreement, which material is to be procured, it's on human being. It may be human being on contractor part, one human being on engineer's part, or on owner's part, or on whatever else. That is human. That human out depending on what we price for. We cannot just qualify human resource as workers. Remote from top person, maybe top person does not know that person. This happens. This happens. It's nothing both are required. If there is no top, at bottom, or can it be located at the top? When role of everyone, role of human resources that is employed by contractor, role of consultants employed it is fluctuable role. It is fluctuable role. It's not hard and fast. It's fluctuable, it's work, it's workable. A guard on project, an office boy an office boy on project, an engineer on project, an organizer of project, all are important beings because it's required. It's required. Everybody is required for job. We call management or we may call organizing. Whatever terminology we provide, everybody comes under that purview. Instructions have to move from top. Instructions have to move from top. Whatever instruction is included for achieving some goal, achieving some target, achieving some product, those instructions are important, are significant, and of course are capacity. Capacity. What is that capacity? But should we analyze capacity of a person? Should we analyze capacity of organization? Why not? Capacity. If you see spelling of capacity, if analyze it, it would be said cap is city. C cap, A is separate, and city, CITY. This automatically tells what does it mean. Cap is maybe you think I'm talking in a different way. Sometimes it is better to talk in a different way so that understanding becomes more explanatory rather than conventional. Every time we cannot relate to books or dictionary, we have to think in a different way. And that is reason I always stress on thinking. I stress on thinking because this is an